Most people believe they suffer because life is unfair, because circumstances are cruel, because people disappoint them. But the Stoics believe something far more unsettling. They believe that most human suffering is self-created, not by the world, not by fate, but by the way we think. And this idea is uncomfortable, because if it's true, then it means we are responsible. In today's world, distraction is everywhere. Noise replaces wisdom. Comfort replaces strength. Yet 2,000 years ago, men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood the human mind better than we do today. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why most people suffer endlessly and why the Stoics didn't. But to understand that, we must start with the truth most people avoid. The Stoics never promised happiness. Instead, they promised clarity. Epictetus once said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." Think about that. You lose something you value. You are disrespected. Plans fail. People leave. Pain is natural, but suffering is optional. Most people confuse the two. Pain is part of life. Suffering is the story we repeat in our minds. We replay insults. We imagine worst-case futures. We argue with events that have already happened. And in doing so, we extend pain far beyond its natural lifespan. Here's the hard truth. Life doesn't break most people. Their expectations do. The Stoics understood that reality doesn't bend to our desires. And the moment we demand that it should, we begin to suffer. But this leads to a disturbing question. If suffering comes from our judgments, then what exactly can we control? The Stoics had a precise answer. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor with unlimited power, wrote something shocking in his private journal. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about the irony. A man who ruled the known world believed his mind was the only true domain of control. The Stoics divided life into two categories. What is within your control and what is not: your opinions, your actions, your effort, your values. These belong to you. But outcomes, other people, the past, the future, never did. Yet most people spend their lives fighting what they cannot command and neglecting what they can. This creates anxiety, frustration, anger. Stoicism is not about becoming emotionless. It's about placing emotion where it belongs. Because once you stop fighting reality, your energy returns to you. But even knowing this, another problem remains. Why is the mind so difficult to discipline? The Stoics had an answer, and it was deeply psychological. The Stoics believed that the mind is a battlefield. Every day, thoughts arrive uninvited. Fear, doubt, resentment, desire. And most people assume these thoughts are them. But the Stoics made a crucial distinction. A thought is not a command. It is a suggestion. Seneca warned that the untrained mind becomes a tyrant. If you never question your thoughts, you become enslaved by them. If you react instantly, you lose freedom. Stoicism teaches pause, to observe the thought, to ask, is this useful? Is this true? Is this within my control? Modern culture worships comfort. The Stoics rejected it, not because comfort is evil, but because dependence on comfort creates weakness. Marcus Aurelius practiced voluntary discomfort, cold, simplicity, silence. Why? Because a man who can endure discomfort cannot be controlled by fear. Stoicism teaches that strength is quiet, invisible, built when no one is watching. Discipline is choosing long-term character over short-term pleasure. It is acting according to values, not emotions. And here is the paradox. The more disciplined your mind becomes, the more peaceful your life feels. Not easier, not softer, but calmer. And now we arrive at the final question. If the Stoics knew all this, why do so few people live this way today? Stoicism was never meant for the masses. It was meant for those willing to look inward, to take responsibility, to master themselves. Most people seek motivation. The Stoics sought character. And this is only the beginning, because in the next video, we will explore something deeper. How Stoics prepared for loss, failure, and even death without fear. A practice so powerful that once understood, it permanently changes how you see life. If you're ready for that wisdom, then you're ready for the iron mindset.